So let's talk about our fragile memory. And I really want to specifically talk about our brain. So stay tuned about and how to have a bigger brain. If you don't know who I am, I'm Sindy V King. I'm a creator of Calling My King. I help transform a woman to create lasting love through Vedic astrology, neuroscience, and transactional analysis so that she becomes the queen of love. So I'm going to be talking about muscles that we can build at the gym, and we always hear about it, having big muscles or having stronger muscles going through the gym or the food that we eat. You have all heard of that concept, but nobody ever talks about having a bigger brain. How do we have a bigger brain? I think it's really important what you feed to your brain, of course, but I also want to talk about the image that you might have, and what you see and what you hear does affect how your brain functions. And specifically, especially when we're dealing with trauma. Freud, it's all about the psychodynamic, and he specifically talks about it. And I want to show an image up here, especially about his little bit of philosophy. I understand there's a lot of people who don't agree with it. That's not the whole point about this. You see the image, and it talks about the id, the superego, and the unconscious. And I really want to notice this, just if you've never seen it before, you notice the icebergs, the tip of the ice, and underneath it, how big it is. So what it really illustrates here when we see this is we know that our unconscious mind plays a big factor. So we know that the unconscious is real out there. So just because you see it, you hear it, it does affect you, and that's what we're trying to say. In psychology, they talk about like you have to bring the unconscious to conscious, because if they don't know that there is an issue in this area, then they wouldn't be able to solve it and they wouldn't understand it. So that's the psychoeducation part of it. And that's what I really want to talk to you specific about it. If your parents told you a story, especially when you were young, and you totally believe in it, that either they're a bad mother or this person's not good, or if you don't really cover your body, the spider will come out and bite you, or the theory about your mother said that if you have a picture on top of your bed frame that you can die from it. So some sort of traumatic, but it's not real in our real world. It doesn't necessarily have to be true. Our mind is scripted in that memory. So how fragile our memory is, it gets stored in, and ever since it goes into the cognition. So Freud really looks at the psychodynamic, and also branch out into the script, and also branch out the cognition, and also goes into the belief system. So in order to kind of resolve a lot of this stuff, what I'm trying to say is, what you feed your brain with image, stories, and what you hear does affect who you are today. And so I just want to be mindful the things that you either say to your kids, or somebody that is considered is going through some sort of trauma, that this does affect them very much. So, and that's including the stuff that you watch on the news, is things that you hear. The reason why we're talking about this, we're going through some sort of changes that's happening in the world, and can be very scary, of course, but I want you to pay attention and be alert about it. But I don't want you to live out of the fear and be scared of it and actually traumatize yourself, because then you can actually create PTSD. And if you watch scary movie, of course, you're allowing yourself to be traumatized as well. So what you feed your brain makes a big difference. So the minute your toes start to curl, if you ever get into a situation where you get scared, you would notice your toes starts to curl in. And it's because your nervous system is like, ooh, this is too scary. And that's when you need to reassess yourself. I'm going to be talking about the window of tolerance in the next couple of videos. So stay tuned about that how we go from arousal to hyperarousal and when we need to be in the window of tolerance. It's really important to understand that. So I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Maybe tell me a little bit stuff that you didn't know about the unconscious mind or about Freud's psychodynamic work. And I want to hear about if you have gone to a therapist or therapy, they have to make you realize from going from unconscious to conscious, being unaware to self-aware about the situation that you might be in, or this is what you've been doing and you didn't know that it could be very harmful or hurtful for others. So anyways, thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Look, if you're serious about being fearless in love and ready to be treated like a queen, links is down below to book a time. I got over 100 videos on YouTube and I post new videos every week. So make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell button. You get notified when new videos goes live. If your friend is actually stuck in love, share and like my video. I do take requests on topics and answer your burning question about your relationship. So just leave a comment down below. Otherwise, see you in the next video.